And it's going the wrong way. It's Friday night. Are you alright? I'm a little bit late because I ate a bit of steak and I needed to clean my stupid teeth because the man next door thinks I'm a thief, but I'm not. I've sorted out Chris's missing super chat. I put a poll, I asked if it was split and I think most of you said that it's a Friday night. Yeah. I cleaned my teeth, but I got quite frightened. I looked in the mirror and I might get a white, but it's my gums that the problem, not the teeth. In fact, my tongue's looking good, but I think there's some plaque on my wisdom teeth. Woo! I lost it to my neighbour. I already told you was a thief. Yeah. It's Friday, Arvo. Oh, the work is finished. Not only am I absolutely over the moon that it's Friday, but I got up early this morning, as I explained earlier, because I had water delivered and I arranged it all. And it's not easy when you don't speak the lingo. Over, Captain Roger, reporting for work, here for duty, thank you. Because I said to him, look, deliver the water, I'll sellotape your tip to the bottles and I'll pay for the water on ABA, no problem. And then he fucking rang me up to tell me he'd done it all. I said I'll be asleep. Anyway, so I got up early and the stream was about 4 hours time, so I got loads of work done leading up to it. Then I'd done the stream, then I'd done loads of work. Now I'm doing the stream, and this is it. Now, this isn't work. This is a pleasure. But, I'm not burping on a stream ever again. That was awful this morning. Actually, a little bit embarrassed about that. It's vile. Ban burping. Where's my rechargeable life? I need a rechargeable life. I need a rechargeable wife. Electronic bridesmaid. Electronic bridesmaid. So it's really like once this stream is done, feet up, movie on the Substack, story finished. I'll be up all night tonight, I don't care. Yay! I remember when I was knee-high to a grasshopper and I always wanted to watch a Sweeney on a Sunday night, right? For those of you that don't know, like what, 3 of you, let's have a look. Say and search. I'm going to show you a bit of the Sweeney. And when you're a young boy or girl or something in between, if you're a non-binary liar, you can. I'll see if I can get the titles. The Sweeney. Now, weirdly, they were called Reagan and Carter. You can understand why that's a little bit weird. As a young English person, I thought, Reagan and Carter, where have I heard these names before? Hello, Packer, Packer, Mac, sort out the reverb. What, is there a... Oh, on the guitar. Yeah, I cannot. Thanks, Packer. Nice one on starting the grift. I expect this to be a shockingly good grift because we're flying. Oh, we're flying. People are sending me... I used to get loads of emails. I still do. Listen, people, unless it's really, really important, please don't write me long emails or any. I had about 130 today. About 12 will work. I was like, I'll put it on the list. And I do put it on the list. I copy and paste the list. But my list of videos to watch... Oh, God. You could use it to measure the Eiffel Tower. But like the little one you get when your mate goes to Paris. But loads of people just saying amazing streams. You're on fire. That's a lovely thing for people to say. The professionals will do that one as well, but let's not go mad here because now someone's going to say, but the professionals had the full on. So we will do that. And then it's got that amazing little bit. Yeah, good call. So anyway, Sunday night. Thank you, Pax Max, for the Danishikati. It's appreciated. Let me get Entropy sorted out. I don't know what to do. Is Chrissy here? Chrissy, are you here, love? Chrissy, I need to see you, Chrissy. What am I doing here? Entropy. Entre. Right, go live. We've got a cracking show. I've got some clips. I've got some things. I've got some stuff to tell you. And I'm just booming. Boomerang. I'm still coming back. Yeah, okay. He's Anglo-Saxon here. I want to ask him about my ribeye. I bought a ribeye on his advice. In his advice, I like the top blade that Field Marshal. How sweet was that? Field Marshal Dawn Browning told me about the chuck, and I looked into it, and that's the top blade. And I've been eating that, and that braised, that is lovely. But the other day, Anglo-Saxon is a butcher. He said ribeye. So I bought one. I've had one before, obviously. But no way. Vespacek's granddad was in the flying squad. For those of you who don't know, the Sweeney is about a couple of members of the flying squad, which was a branch of Scotland Yard, I think. But it's rhyming slang. Sweeney Todd, Flying Squad. So that's why it was called the Sweeney. But the music just, well, this is it, Scorry. And this is what a couple of people said. But I've always gone for the top blade. Well, I haven't always, but I've only discovered steaks this year, so it's all quite new to me. But when I say what's the best cut and a butcher says the ribeye, I'm absolutely going for that. Is Chrissy here? People are saying hello to her, but I can't see her. Because I've got something for you, darling. Oh, yeah, an absolute promise. Foot goal fellow, mate. The professionals was quality. Still clearly remember someone jumping on a grenade to protect his clients. There you go. Watch it back, though. It's shit. There you go. What, you or the stream? Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? I don't even know if Chris is here, but we'll have a look in a minute. Don't get rump eye is the best steak joke of the day. Don't get rump eye. Don't get Japanese eye. Sorry, my one was better. You had it. You were the top placed steak joke for a couple of moments. Well, someone told me once that they'd watched it slowed down, but then someone else told me that they watched it sped up. So it was like on the same day I got those two emails. So I was like, oh, there you go. Right, where are we? I am in a really good mood, Moslab. Well, everyone, look, I can now spend all weekend writing. I'll be streaming too. I'm going to do one of the private streams over the weekend as well. Start chipping away at those. But I haven't got to work. I will work because I do all the time, but not having people asking me questions all fucking day. So it's lovely. I can write. I love writing so much. And this new story, I know I say it every other 10 minutes, but if you're not subscribed to my Substack, just for this new one, link in the description, just for the new one, it's free. Oh, God, I've just done a message from work. I wonder if she's watching the stream. Cheryl Peters. Cheryl, you bastard. You know what, Cheryl? Cheryl. I've got my ears in. I can't hear. Cheryl Peters. That's the tricky one. There we go. All right, hang on. Cheryl Peters, would you share my old burritos? 'Cause I couldn't eat them. I would like to share them with you. Cheryl Peters, are you some traffic warden? Do you check the meters? I don't know. But if you do, can you leave me out? I can't pay the fine. You look good. Would you like to share a glass of wine? I'll take you for a lobster down at J Sheiky's. The ceiling's quite nice, but the floor's pretty squeaky, yeah. I meant to say creaky, yeah. There you go. It's very few streams where you get a sing along a super chat. It's a song chat today. Grift for a glorious Xtreme Friday. It is, you're right. It is the Friday glorious Xtreme. Don't pinch. Oh my days, people actually read that stuff. Amazing. Don't pinch any Koala scrubs. Oh, ribeye all the way every day. You can tickle my ribs, Cheryl Peters. I don't want to continue up that road because when you're improvising around sexual things, you can end up saying things that can get you locked up. Nice one, Cheryl Peters. Willow! Starsky and Hutch had a different theme for each of the 5 seasons. Season 1 theme was my personal favourite. Yeah, very good. I can hear it. I can't hear it, actually. I can't hear it. We might have to have a look at that. We looked at all of your photos earlier. You were here, weren't you? Hello, Cezu. How are you? Hello, Amy in Connecticut. Nice to have you. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Nice one, Willow, for the Danashikati. Nice one, Cheryl Peters, for the Facciasanato. Hello, John Francis. Hello, Ian. Hello, Eldridge. How are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Glenn. Right. Glenn, are the Arsenal playing this weekend? Right. Here we go. Let's have a... So, Sunday night, this is why I was telling you this. I always wanted to watch the Sweeney, but Oh, this is beautiful. It's even got the old Thames TV ident at the start. Oh, the nostalgia dripping off me like upside down custard. If you... so, the Sweeney, I think, started about 10 o'clock, right? And that's far too late for an 8-year-old who's got school in the morning. And I remember going, I want to watch the Sweeney. And my mum said, yeah, but you always fall asleep. And then we have to try and wake you up. And then you won't move. Then you've got to get dressed. Then you've got to clean your teeth. Then you're all moody. Then you go to bed angry. Why don't you just go to sleep now? And I went, I don't fall asleep. And I did every single week. As soon as the intro was on. Because when you're 8, you don't know what men are talking about. You just want to see the action. You just want to see Reagan and Carter punching people because they were dodgy cops. But the weird thing about it was, you've got movies like Bad Lieutenant, Drunk Cop. This Reagan and Carter, it was Terry from Minder and him from Inspector Morse, is it? I don't know, maybe. Same bloke anyway, even if it isn't the same bloke. Things are not self-identical. Oh, it's a quote from my new Substack piece. I just said it. There you go. Spoiler alert. I was tripping and I thought that things were not self-identical. Oh, it's going to ruin everything. And of course, when the Sweeney actually come on and the intro was brilliant, you'll see it in a moment, I'd be like, wicked. And then 5 minutes later, I'd be like, one eye open, the other one just flicking. And my mum's foot would just be in my side. I'd be like, oh, I'm awake. And then I said, I could stay up all night. If I wanted to. I was 7. And my old man went, all right then, I'll bet you your pocket money. And I was like, all right. He said, if you stay up all night, I'll give you £2. And that was like, fucking hell. He said, if you don't, you get nothing. And that was like, easy money. What, staying up all night? 7 years old? Easy. Mum and Dad go to bed, right, about 9:30. I can hear him laughing. And I think, oh, show. Mum brings down a pillow, little blanket for me. She said, we'll be checking on you. Every hour, we'll check on you. Now, I remember thinking, they're going to come down all night. They're going to stay up all night. Of course, 20 minutes later, my dad was carrying me up the stairs. Funny how they know things, isn't it, parents? He had absolute faith that I would be asleep before they were. Anyway, let's brighten things up with not only the Thames television ident, but the intro to the Sweeney. It's only 45 minutes. If Susan gives me the old heave-ho, oh, look at it already, it's coming. If Susan gives me old heave-ho, just give it 3 minutes and I'll be back. Check it. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. We good? You good? We good? We cool. There we go. No pinching koalas. Here we go. Check it. Yeah! Amazing. Amazing. Yes, my friend. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Now, the funny thing that I wanted to mention that I got slightly distracted. They were always punching people and hurting them and shooting them, and it wasn't an issue. That wasn't what the story was about. They were just like that, and it was like, it's fair enough. They're scum of the earth. These criminals. They deserve a good ironing by Terry from Minder. Dennis Watermelon. I could be so good to you. Love you like you want me to. I could be so good for you. Yeah, it's Minder, Terry and Arthur. Put it in the boot of the car and laughter. Dave runs a bar. Hello, Dave. All right, Terry. Hello, Arthur. No, I'm skinned. Okay, that was lovely that you noticed that, RMF. They are. I loved my father. If you haven't seen my video where I talk about my dad, it's a beautiful video and very strange because a couple of days later I made one about my mother, and that was very difficult. Easy to talk about my dad, even though he died when I was young. He was my absolute hero. Extremely grumpy old bastard, Fafu. Hello, mate. Are you new in these parts, or have you changed your name? Or it's nice to see you, and the hoit for the grift. Nice to drop a lady in. Who else remembers in the 70s as a kid when on the extremely rare moment that you ate a steak, it was grizzly frying steak? Well, me, I do. Because this is why I've only discovered steak this year, because my mum's steak was about that thick, right? It was like a slice of ham. No herbs, no salt, no pepper, fried in lard, not butter, and just slapped on the plate, and it stunk the house out as well. It smelled like she was cooking a bit of old dead animal, which she was, but that's what cuisine is about, making it appear like it's not a slice of old dead animal. But that's why I didn't eat steak forever. It was only this year when my missus bought one, and I was like, hang on a minute, this is wicked. Where did you get that from? How did you do that? So yes, yeah, frying steak. Like, it's like a cut that doesn't exist anymore. Cows that hideous don't even exist anymore. They died out in the 70s. I thought that ribeye and rump and top blade, I thought they were all invented in 2020. But yes, gorgeous times. The best one. Well, my first ever pocket money, as most working class kids, when you first get pocket money, you buy food with it. I bought a bag of tangerines, ate them all, and puked them all up. A lot of them, yeah. Next week, bought a whole packet of custard creams, ate them all, puked them all up. I was learning. But RMF, what about this one? You've been to the beach, or you've been to see your auntie and uncle, and it's a bit late, and you're driving home, back of the car, and it just feels lovely. Well, like we were in the back of the old Morris 1000 van, and you fall asleep, even though it's going boom, 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 and smells of turpentine. Well, maybe because it smelled of turpentine. And then although you're awake, you feel your dad's hands go under your legs and under your back. And then he sort of hoofs you up and then just carries you indoors and puts you on your bed. Oh, and then mother would come in and take the clothes off. And although you're awake, you just kind of let them do it because it's lovely. It's lovely. And that, why wouldn't it be lovely? Because that's love. That's parenting. That's them looking after you and treating you because they love you. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's why when you mature and you find a partner that actually loves you, that's why you tap into those feelings, those memories, because you think, oh yeah, this is what care's like. This is what love is like. And that's why when you get those psychotic partners, you think, no. But this is why people who've had terrible, neglectful or abusive relationships end up in terrible, neglecting and abusive relationships for the same reason. Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you something very interesting, and then I'm going to show you a clip. Now, there's a slight problem because... it's not what I thought it was. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. But I think this is a definite Susanatron. Hang on. We'll do the professionals first. I've got so many other clips. Doesn't matter, it's Friday. I can go on all night if you want. I haven't even spewed out the grift yet. I'll put the entropy link at the top of the chat. I'll get that out of the way. You can also become a member. That's the top link in the description. Subscribe star's quite handy. I've got 4 or 5 people doing that. One of them's moved to Phnom Penh. He might be watching this now. Hello. We shared the same storm, the fault lightning, didn't we? Let's have a look at the professionals credits opener. There we go. The professionals was excellent though. CI5 didn't exist. It was brilliant. What was that even? But what I liked about the professionals was you had Bodie and Doyle. But what was it? What was his name? Cowley. What's the actor's name? Jackson. This is going to be Jackson. What was Cowley? What was the actor's name for Cowley? Come on, there's 5 points at stake here. And Bodie wasn't even an actor, was he? And that certainly showed when he was in that SAS film. Oh, what's his name? Scottish bloke. Oh, what is it? Hello there, Fraser McBurney. He's dropped $5 Canadian in. This is exciting. Gordon Jackson, good call. I've got a gnat bite on my knee of you. We could touch them together. It's the mosquito frottage. When I was in business, I always treated myself to a juice. See, I was anticipating the accent on filet. When I was in business, I always treated myself to a juice. Quit it. When I was in, you got your fucking $5 worth here. When I was in business, I always treated myself to a juicy filet mignon. Now that I'm retired, I still treat myself to a juicy filet mignon. Lumi, what is a filet mignon? I know what it is to eat, but Lumi's going to be able to shine a little bit of linguistic light on proceedings. Nice one, Fraser McBurney. Very kind of you. Have you been lurking? I recognise the name Fraser. But, you know, there was a kid at my school called Fraser Cousins. His head was about the size of the moon. Right, we're going to have the professionals in a minute, but it's a bit heavy. It's a bit too much. It's just intense. Gordon Jacks. Don't know why I like that. Ford Accord. I thought they had a Capri, didn't he, Bodie? What is there a car called a Ford Accord? I know there's a Ford Escort. Is that a real car, an Accord? I never knew that. I remember the Princess with a bonnet the size of what's her name? Posh pop woman. There's murder on the dance floor. You better not steal the groove, DJ. Janet Ellis's daughter, Sophie Baxter Ellis, face like a satellite dish, face like the bonnet of a princess. But if you're going to have a face like any bonnet, a princess is going to be the one, isn't it? Glenn says that fillet is the best cut of steak. Yeah, but a fillet, you can have a fillet of most bits of steak, can't you? I don't think it's an actual cut of fillet. I want to know what a filet mignon is. Come on, Lumi, where's the bloody answer? Oh, fucking hell. Is a Ford Accord a real car? Honda Accord. There you go. Gaffney's just naming a motor now. Escort RS2000. One of them used to burn around Dartford. Right, come on a minute. Here we go. Filet mignon is tenderloin. Okay. Rags has just said no. No? How about yes? That's balanced things out, isn't it? Right, let's check out the intro to Professionals. And I have to say, it is probably the best. Mumford's lurking, is he? What, is he, how do you know? Has he said something? He's got fans here. Mumford's got fans here. Where is he? I can't see him. What, has he told you that on Facebook, has he? Cute fillet. Is it really? Is it really? Is filet mignon cute fillet? It's better when it's French. 42. Hello, son. Dangerfield. Bodie was in the TA Paras and completed selection for SAS, but got knocked back for being too famous. I had heard that. I heard my old man Thrawley boy talking about it. There's a lot of different stories and gossip about it. But hello, Tony. No, you now. Us now. Us now. Right now. Foot golf knows everything. That's brilliant. You might want to try making it look like that occasionally. Right, here we go. Calm yourselves down. This is going to be awesome. The Professionals was awesome. Ready? Strap yourselves in, people. Lay off me, Susan. This is England. This is the Professionals. It's Bodie. It's Doyle. It's Cowley. It's the CI5, which is almost the Clive Sinclair battery-operated Deathmobile. Go. Shit! Absolutely incredible. I mean, let's be honest. Our mate, out of 10, how amazing was that? Serious question. Out of 10, the weird thing about this question is, what I'm actually asking is, how many blokes in here over 40? Extremely grumpy old bastard, Faithful, says, play that funky music, white boy. It was good though, wasn't it? It was good. Yeah, Mousecat's giving it a 9. Gaffney's just straight in with 10. We've got 11. We've got 11. Incredible. Fraser, if you like a fillet, you'll I do love a beef Wellington. Oh. For those, let's say and see, because a beef Wellington is wrapped in short crust pastry, isn't it? Oh my God. And the short crust pastry absorbs the juices, aka blood and plasma. But let's have a look at it. Beef. What beef is used in a beef Wellington? Isn't that I bought one the other week and I had it in sandwiches. I put it in the oven, sliced it. What's that cut? Where's someone who knows? Browning would know. Cheryl Peters might know. What is that thing? I bought one. It's like a long, thin thing, isn't it? Beef Wellingtano. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, my fucking goosh. It's giving me goosh pimples. There's actually a video about it. We've got to watch that. Hang on. Is that on the tubes? Or I can just play it. Fuck you, Susan. This looks amazing. Are we up for 3 minutes? This looks like the best beef Wellington I've ever seen. Good call, Fraser. Are we up for watching? There you go. That's it. Tenderloin. Yeah. Now, tenderloin, that's the that's the best cut ever, isn't it? But not for a steak. What I'd done was I slow cooked it in the oven, and then I cut it into strips and had it in a sandwich with a little bit of cucumber, a bit of lolo rosso, a little bit of balsamic. Well, it won't last because I got some clips. Let me just check my entropy. Fucking glad I did as well. Sorry about me English. What have I got to do here now? I've got to press that. I've got to do that. I've got to do that. I've got to press that. I've got to move that over there. I've got to get my cut and paste tool. I've got to go like that. I've got to pull that out. This Friday grift is fucking... I'm spitting all over my computer. Not deliberately, but not quite by accident either. There's this fine line in between that I call bollocks. Here we go. Check it. You think it's going to be a beef Wellington, but it's actually... it's actually this. Nice one, terrific. Oh, look, he's even learned the lingo. Bonsoir, Christopher. Butcher's secret, I was told by a wise man. Buy rump, it's cheaper. Well, I learned that in Chinatown. I wasn't buying steak, though, if you know what I mean. Nice one, terrific. I'm glad that you've been buying rump, which allowed you to donate 25 big ones to the Friday dollar drive. Remember the dollar drive? Cheers, terrific. Nice. Oh, there was a bird at college. Do you want to see her? Do you want to see this? I'll show you a photo of a girl at college. I had a little love affair with her. This is why going to art school is worth it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you her, right? I was a year above her, and so obviously when all the new meat turns up, people, you sort of move on in, and because there was only like 3 alpha males, you can imagine at art school there's not a lot of alpha males. There was me and like a couple of my mates, and so we fucked them all, and this bird turned up, and I was just like, oh my god. And we fell in love. But I already had a girlfriend. And one day I said to her, you know we're in love? And she went, yeah, I do, yeah. I said, see you later, S. Look after yourself, my love. Don't get down that playground in Orpington. You'll never get out. I said to her, you know we're in love. And it's the first time I breached the subject. And she went, yeah. I said, well, I'm also still in love with my girlfriend. And out of the two of you, it's going to be her. Can we just fuck? I didn't say that, but that was what I was implying. And apparently we could. No, I don't keep pictures of my women I've dipped. I ain't got room for that kind of... I'd need some kind of warehouse, young Ragnar. It certainly is. It certainly is. Nice to see you, Jimmy. To see you nice. Thanks to the Denasciati. Hair in the gate. Nice to see you. Hello, John. Yep, we have been waiting. But anyway, she used to go terrific. She was from Manchester. But the reason I can show you a photo is because she's on Facebook. And when I show you this, I just want to take some of the older men back, and perhaps older ladies, back to those times when you're like 18, 19, and there's beautiful women that fall in love with you. And you're like, hello, you cunt. Who's that? Harvey Price. Hello, you cunt. But hang on, let me find a picture of her when she was then. Oh yeah, I found it. You wait till you see her. Right, yeah, I'll copy that. I fucking hope she's not watching. She won't be happy. But yeah, I had a love affair with this bird. Check it. Hang on. And I'm only showing you this because she's beautiful, not for any other reason. And I think that's all right. Beautiful women are lovely to look at. I mean, come on, man. I put a picture of Chuck Norris up on the community tab. Oh, there's eye candy for the women too on this channel. But have a look at this absolute princess. And this was when I met her. Ready? Wasn't it great being 18 and at art college? Fucking hell, help us out. Drop me out, will you, life? Those were the days. Oh, love, you know we're in love. And she went, yeah. I went, yeah. So there you go. A very, very, very beautiful woman. One of many, I'm happy to say. Right, so there was that slight sideshow. I see Chrissy is on the firm, Chris is on the firm, We ain't having it, said that's my wife. Imagine it was amazing. Oh, sorry. Right, now, Chrissy is here, is she? I've got something for you, young Chrissy. Right, Chrissy, are you there? Yeah, Cheryl Peters, she was wonderful, wasn't she? Right, Chrissy, earlier on today, when I missed your super chat, what did I promise you? I promised you later, I promised you a splendid chat, didn't I? Now, I even took a risk. Thanks for that donation, Chrissy. I even took a risk. Hello, Kieran. Good afternoon to you too, my friend. Hello, Vincent. And I actually put it out to the scrubs. It could have been a super chat. It could have been a stylish chat. It could have been a silly chat. It could have been a sure chat. But do you know what you got? Hello, Jared. You didn't get hello, Jared. Look what you got, Chrissy. Look. Nailed it. Splendid. With 82% of the vote. Look at that. Says here, answer the poll question. Was Chris's missed super chat super splendid, stylish, silly, sure? Splendid. Always the charmer, you see. I should have put, if I'd have put Splinky in as an option, poor old Chrissy would have got a Splinky chat. And how does it go? I promised you a miracle. I don't remember promises. That, to me, that's your era, Mouse Cat. What else am I thinking of? I found loving, but I really didn't mean it. Chino, Pamplemousse. What were they called? Fucking hell, what were they called? Pamplemousse. I think Pamplemousse would do. That's all right. Right, here we go. There you go, Chrissy. And it was a bit of a risk, really, because if it was silly chat, I'd have been like, bollocks. And then I'd have gone over to Inspect Element. Do you know the old Inspect Element? Look, I'll show you. Oh, I don't know if I could have been. I don't know if I could with that. Let me see if I could. That would have gone terrible. Apologies, Chrissy, for missing your super chat. That's not very nice. I hope that went some way of making it up to you. Right, we can stop that. We can turn that off. We can turn that down. Right, let's have a look at this beef Wellington because it looks amazing. It looks a little bit up its own arse, but it looks very good. Here we go. Beef Wellington, people, a classic English dish. Oh, I didn't know what happened there. Oh!
Making nice, simple beef Wellington.
Oh my God! Oh, look at that! Oh my God! I mean, look at it. Look at that. So for those of you who don't know, it's basically a load of beef wrapped in pastry, but there were some other elements. That is incredible, isn't it? Look at that. Pax isn't holding back. I'm not going to say it. We'll have a little look at a bit more, but I don't think we really need to see how it was made. So you get a tenderloin, plenty of the old sodium, bit of pepper. Turn it over, a bit of that. Oh, a bit of that. Sear, 2 minutes aside. Yeah, we get the idea. Basically, cook it, all right? Then it goes in the oven. There you know. Jeff says it's an oversized beef sausage roll. Mar says it's a meaty baked Alaska. I do love a baked Alaska. I'll tell you the other one I like, though, more than that. Because the baked Alaska is ice cream that you've put in the oven, isn't it? But I always thought that was a Arctic roll. And I remember I was saying to my mum, get that baked Alaska, get a baked Alaska. And she made one once. And I was like, oh, thanks. But in my head, I was like, this ain't what I thought it was. And it turned out to be an Arctic roll, which is ice cream. It's like a Swiss roll with ice cream in the middle. We're food jamming and everyone loves it. Everyone gets on it. You need to be a little bit careful with that, Tony, because on this very stream just a few days ago, we showed you that on Facebook, you can get a warning if you think your friends are too prepared. Yeah. If your friends are too prepared, there was someone you could talk to at Facebook to sort of, get educated, re-educated, concentrated, if you know what I mean. They've got a little camp down the road. Oh, that's interesting. I'll throw that out there. 1, if Lewis Collins, a.k.a. Bodie, would have made a good Bond. I'm thinking no. 0, if Lewis Collins isn't a good Bond. 1, if you think he is. I'm thinking no, he wasn't a very good actor. To be honest with you, I don't even think Daniel Craig should have done it. Bond is Sean Connery all day long, isn't it? just Viennettas were posh, but I was put off of Viennettas when I can't remember who said it, but I can't remember the comedian who said it or what the joke was, but he said he was having problems downstairs. And I think he ate something, and they said to put toilet paper in the toilet, so you sort of like coated the bowl a bit, and then sort of do a little plop and see if it's there. And if it's not, put another bit of toilet paper, and then do a plop, and just keep doing that. And he said by the end of it, it looked like a Viennetta. I'm with you, Amy. I'm not feeling Bodie. Oh yeah, I'm with you, Sally. Jared doesn't know. Really don't know. I was listening to the Velvet Underground earlier. There's a scrub, lovely scrub called Lindsay, and sends me loads of very nice messages and music and links, and sent me, there's a new Velvet Underground documentary. I put the trailer on my Telegram, link in the description if you want to get on my Telegram. And I went to the cinema and watched it. Yeah, that's what happened for sure. And I watched it. Not good. Not good at all. Really rubbish. Too much Andy Warhol. Too much. Not enough about the Velvet Underground in truth. And that's because there's not a lot of footage about them. There's not a lot of them talking. They weren't into it. They didn't want to be famous. Well, they say that, but if you don't want to be, don't get on stage and play music. Come on. I found the film was a bit mythologizing. I ate all that. Wow. When Lou walked into the studio, everyone was just like, he can't sing, he can't play. But when we just, it just gelled. It was just like Lou was magic. Lou brought magic into technology. It's like, fuck off. You're just a rock band on Skag. But I did spend the rest of the night listening to the Velvet Underground while I was working. I do like the music, but mythologizing pop musicians is so damn boring. Has anyone seen it? Has anyone seen the Velvet Underground documentary? Well, I'll tell you what, Carl, aristocrat Carl, this fella has got a lineage from actual aristocracy, and he sent it to me for proof. Yeah. I said it the other day, but I've forgotten at the moment. One of the Plantagenet crowd. Well done, Pizzle. You can't sing. You can't play. You look awful. Snap the Kit Kat. You'll go a long way. Anyone remember the song? Because I can. Anyone remember the song? Not that one. Sunday morning, it's just a wasted hour. Look out, the world's around you. So I'll tell you what the song is. They come in, they give him a cassette. He's meant to be the AR man. He puts it in and it goes, alien invasion. What on earth we gonna do? Alien invasion. What on earth we gonna do? And then he stops it. He goes, you can't sing. You can't play. You look awful. Snaps the Kit Kat. You'll go a long way. There you go. Marzipan preferred John Cale solo stuff. I didn't, to be honest with you, but I do love the Velvet Underground. I mean, come on, it's junkie standard. Even if you don't like them, you have to pretend to. Hello, what's her name? You all right, son? Lovely to see you. Pib said, Dangerfield, I watched the first half hour or so, black and white footage of experimental musicians on very conservative TV show. Yeah, that bit was funny, actually. That was very funny. And they had that bloke on there. They also done that bit. They had an Eric Satie composition, which was about 4 phrases that you played for like 12 hours or 24 hours. But it was just far too much mythologizing. Yeah, plenty of that. Plenty of that. Hello, Spike Simmons. What is the name of it? Well, I'll just have a look in the folder that I put things I went to the cinema to watch, and definitely not my downloads folder, and I'll tell you. It's actually called The Velvet Underground. I'm not even joking. It's called The Velvet Underground, but it came out like 4 days ago. I mean, look, I liked them. I watched the whole thing, but it was disappointing because I wanted to find out a bit more about them, and they didn't tell you. There's a trailer on YouTube. It's on my Telegram. It's easily found online if you want. But I do like, what is it? And if you close the door, the night will last forever. You'll say hello. You're my very special one. And what's the other one that Nico sings? Oh no, it's the drummer, isn't it? I'm sticking with you 'cause I'm made out of glue, and everything that you might do, I'm doing it too. Linda, you know the rules, love. You know the rules. Never mention. Hello, Willow. Starsky and Hutch season 1 theme was badass. You've already said that. I'm getting the feeling you want to hear it. All right. Now, I'll tell you what, Willow. This one's called the main theme. Oh, hang on. Season 1. So this is the intro and the outro, but we won't have the outro because that'll just be Susan knocking on my digital door. Oh, sounds a little bit saucy. Lou was a bit of an arse, always was. Yeah, great though. I like Lou Reed's solo stuff. I really like Lou Reed's solo stuff, actually. Here we go. Check it. So Willow's been very insistent that we play this. So the Americanos among us will certainly enjoy this. Starsky and Hutch. One in the chat if you had either a Starsky or a Hutch action figure. I did. I think I actually had Starsky, actually. Venus in Furs is a beautiful song. Absolutely gorgeous. Rags had one as well. I mean, isn't that mad that loads of us did? Rusky, you're on a very fine line. You and Linda. No way you had the motor. Good Lord. Absolutely spoiled. Did you have a swimming pool at your house as well, Adsack? Oh, so did Rags. Yeah, Transformers, a fantastic album. Foot Golf's nan knitted him a Starsky. Oh, you lucky bastard. I bet you were the absolute prick at school. That's incredible. Anyway, let's have it. Hang on, let's have it with the audio. That might be even better. seeing as it's all about the music. Here we go. Starsky and Hutch, ladies and gentlemen, season 1. Oh, hello. I'm just watching it on my own now. I just wanted to say that motor that's an incredible car for a couple of old Bill to have, though. Wasn't life great before it wasn't? Wasn't life great before people started talking about progress? Motherfuckers. Hello, me again. Good Lord. Society doesn't progress. It's a really weird way of considering things. Moslab, do you know what that motor is? Does anyone know what that car is? What is it? In fairness, we're not really hearing the music. Is this the one you meant, Willow? Richard, did you have a jumper like that? Let's just check that, because that was the one the action figure had, didn't it? Was it one of them? Tell me you had one of them. So, right, what is the car? Is that car actually called a Gran Torino? Okay, I never knew. I just thought that was a computer game. Rusky, it's not a Ford Fiesta. Come on, let's not be silly. So that's actually a motor, is it? Baz reckons it's a Mustang. Anyway, let's carry on. Some nice brass, though. There's always nice brass. Did you see the little homosexual moment then? Amazing drumming. Oh, shaker. Isn't he in Magnum Force as the old dodgy copperer? He's in Magnum Force, isn't he, David Soul? The Dirty Harry movie, yeah? I think Glazer done nothing after the Starsky and Hutch, did he? Huggy Bear, Antonio Fargas. I could never work out, was Fargas a copper or was he just a grass? There you go. I'm going to stop it before Susan stops me. Well, we had it all there, didn't we? We had knitted sweaters. We had a brass section that were just blowing their lungs dry. Good call, Willow. Good call. Good call. Why don't you get telly like that anymore? Why don't you get cops beating each other up? He was just a grass, was he? He was just a grass. Hey, Huggy, you got anything to tell us? There's been a death on 24 and 2nd. You know anything about it? Hey, man, why do you ask me for? I don't know what's going on. Huggy, you know something. Don't worry, I won't do that again ever. If you could erase that, please, dear God. We're going to stay on a masculine theme here for a couple of minutes because I found some very interesting footage of the F-15C fighter jets, aka the Grim Reapers, doing very low-level Mach loops. Now we've had a jet fighter on here twice, the lovely Tim, but this is some really nice footage. If you like, and who doesn't like fighter jets? I mean, come on, if you don't like a fighter jet, your penix is up your zero. Check this out. We'll only watch about a minute of it, but it's fucking cool. I was blown away by it. It's Friday, it's fighter jets. It's furry and it comes out after midnight. Let's go. Check them. Wow. Lower than the cameraman. Just incredible. Can you imagine our mate Tim up in one of them? Shit! This one goes particularly low, I think. You see the audience. Wow, look at that coming off his wings when he went around the corner. Fuck me! I feel like I've missed out in life. Well, how high did Tim say he'd actually flown in a war situation? I'm sure he said something like, I think they're F-15s Spike, according to the video. Anyway, I don't know. I think Tim said he flew about 100 foot off of the ground in an actual war situation. He was a bomber, though, wasn't he? He weren't a fighter, but fucking hell, it was good, wasn't it, Rags? Wasn't it awesome? I don't think those millionaires who bought those nice little houses in the valleys enjoy their Sunday morning sonic boom wake-up call. Dirk Bogard, hello, mate. Flying makes me ill. I think we'd all be sick in one of those. Rags is saying 100 feet. Baz is saying 200 meters. No, man, it was about 100 foot he said he'd flown. 200 meters. I could fly an aeroplane at 200 meters. Timmy boy was about 100. Oh, good Lord. Courtney's on the podcast lounge. Yeah, I know him. But this is the thing, Ian. What's in it for him? It's just, I mean, he does like to talk and we do get on. And there's a couple of things we could discuss. I asked him for a set of his brass knuckles once and he went, nah. I said, I'll pay you. He went, you can't buy them. You have to earn them. I was like, okay. And I know people say that Dave Courtney's a prick. He isn't. He's a really nice bloke, actually. A really interesting bloke. He just he was dealt a certain lot in life. And when people say, yeah, but he goes on telly and gives it all that. Yeah, that's how he earns a living because he's not a gangster anymore. He's actually all right. And Doc, I'm with you, actually. I'm with you. Subs, I'm with you. I'd rather not be in a submarine, but they are much. Oh, I don't want to upset Tim, though. Yeah. Hello, Anglo. Right. So I bought a ribeye. I wanted to ask you, what is the ribeye? Is it because is it a cut that's got a rib that goes through it? So when they cut it, there's like a section of rib that looks like an eye. Is it that simple? Do you want to have a look at it, Anglo? You can tell me what you think. Tell me whether I had a result. Using my own stream to get a butcher's lowdown on my ribeye. So here, look, I don't want anything to pour out of it, but that's what I got, right? Anglo, little bit of marble in there. That's what I got. You can see how deep it is. Hang on. I'll tell you how much it weighs. Whoa. I'll tell you how much it weighs. .288. I don't know what, probably of a kilo, is that? $6. Not a bad bit. What do you reckon, Anglo? Is that all right? Of course, so I should have said, will you have a butcher's? Yeah. Always wash your hands after handling meat, or they'll smell of sperm. Anglo-Saxon says four-rib from the forequarter, the best steak. Yeah, that's right. That's why I bought it, because you said the other day, I thought that I've been enjoying that top blade, but you said that's good. I might have to have that tonight then. All right, nice one. From the four, so the front bit of the beast. Okay, excellent. I shall enjoy. How are we doing for time? We've hit the hour mark. The grift's been all right. It did slow down rather terribly, but well, you might get some more out of me. It's nearly midnight here, but I'm carrying on. Exactly, Rusky. Keep your glands washed. Yeah, you reckon that's all right? I reckon that's. Oh, I thought you were agreeing with me. So that's about what? $6. Probably about £4.25 for that. About 10 ounces. That's about 10 ounces. Is it? Nice one here in the gate. So that ain't bad, is it? Four English, 4.25 English quid for a 10-ounce steak. Yeah, I'll do that. Yes, Brian, wonderful, absolutely gorgeous. There's a lovely restaurant in Soho that does them. Hello, Mrs. Me. Let's see if we can get to the end of this without frowning. All right, my eyebrows are up. Okay, mouse cat fed, made a spread for an 80th birthday for tomorrow for 50 people. Done my work, now time for me. Hello, chaps. Amazing. I'm a little bit disappointed. Good, absolutely. You've made a spread for 50 people. Fucking hell. The other half is saying, I'm not a fed. Yeah, no, you chill out, love. You relax. You absolutely relax. No, me too. They're quite pricey, though. That last one I had, I took a girl there. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It's funny how it's on Dean Street. It's just opposite the Groucho Club. It's quite a well-known one. But they do it. The porterhouse in there is like 50 quid. But it's enough for two, easy. Yeah, just that's a lot of work. So just sit down, relax. Maybe a little G&T. Send the old man out to get it for you. Get him to make it for you. Right. Tony's jobless at the moment, just enjoying the porks. That's all right. That's all right. Steak-out is cheap. Steak-out is really cheap. No, it won't be. There'll be. By box cow, do you mean them sitting in? They're from Australia. It's Australian. It's really weird because when Phil Marshall Browning was on here, she was saying that she pays more for her Australian meat than we do. But even though it's been flown out here, but people won't buy it out here if it's too expensive. So they obviously made a decision. I didn't want to say it. That is so tight. That is so tight. You'll be there soon, Mouse Cat, and I'll remind you. Marzipan recommends the Stanford Steakhouse in Porstraland. So if you get anywhere near that little dyslexic monstrosity, order the steak there. Sally is repping Mrs. Me in it for getting that done. It's a lot of people, isn't it, Sally? Good Lord. I mean, I'd struggle to make a packed lunch for two, let alone, 50 old age pensioners. What's that? What are you going to need? A packet of custard creams and 2 litres of tea. Stop it. Right. Oh, what a terrible, terrible shame. And you know why? Because yeah, you know why. I'm not risking that. No. Right, what have I got for you? I think I've got some funny things for you today. I thought I didn't want it to get too heavy. Not on a Friday, it's not worth it. However, Paul Joseph Watson put out a very good video. I'm not going to bother with PJW's content. Well, clip it out. But Putin, Russia's Putin, he's just laughing at the West. He's just laughing at us, our sex-changed children. He's laughing at our non-binary. He reckons it's over. They're laughing at us. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I mean, this is it's ridiculous. And to see it from the outside, Jambo, rock. Nice one, Jambo. Hanger steaks are well good. See if you can get one cheap as well. All right, Jambo Rock. What is a hanger steak? Anglo, can you help me out with that? Thanks, Jambo. That's got the grift back on track nicely. Cheers, Jambo. You told me you were at work the other day and all. Oh, it makes me feel bad. But don't worry, one day we'll be fine. Yeah. In every aspect as well. 0.0001% of the population don't know if they're men or women. We all have to share the toilets. It's fucking absurd. Right, let's check out. Where's Anglo on another? Oh, Susan just gave me a little slap on the wrist there. Winning the flu's brilliant. Right, I can't. There you go then. No, brilliant. Congratulations for getting a new job. Well done, mate. So let's have a look at Putin. And he makes some really good points here. And why wouldn't he? Because you don't have to be like a doctor of bioscience to know that what's happening in the West is ludicrous. Check out Putin. Now, well done, Jambo. Seriously, getting off your ass and getting a new job, brilliant. So let's listen. This is from PJW, but we'll cut his bits out. Not because he's not entertaining, but I want you to hear what Putin says. Hang on a minute. Hanger steak is taken from the flank, I believe. Ribeye is the bollocks. Well, not literally, I hope. But, well, I'll be having that ribeye tonight, mate. Right, here we go. Listen to what he's got to say about our people.
The advocates of this new approach.
Did you have audio, please? Someone tell me if you heard that. The advocates of this new approach, he said.
Subverting human nature.
Did you hear it? No, it's brilliant, Jambo, and it's nice to see other people congratulating you. Oh, nice one, Rag. So check out, it's obviously a translator, but here we go.
The advocates of this new approach want to dismiss and destroy the very ideas, the concepts of man and woman. They're talking about parent number 1 and parent number 2.
I mean, listen to it coming out of someone else's mouth. How absolutely ridiculous it sounds. They want to get rid of concepts like man and woman. Parent number 1, parent number... You know, when you hear it like this, you know, this gives you a little bit of critical distance from the you know, the swamp of madness that they've been brainwashing us from morning till night. And he's right. And that's what Paul Joseph Watson says at the end. He says, whatever you think of Putin on this subject, he's right. Of course he is. It's obvious. And I know you know that, but what are you going to do?
The birthing parent, instead of saying mother, or, for example, they no longer like to say breastfeeding. They use feeding with human milk or something like that. It's completely insane.
The Russian leader sees parallels between today's social justice mobs and...
Yeah, we don't need all that, but we'll check out a bit more of Putin.
It's something that they believe they could use to affect human consciousness.
Putin also blamed far-left parents for imposing their warped ideas on children, calling the process, quote, simply monstrous.
Children, from the very young age, children are being told that they have a choice in becoming a girl or a boy. They're actually almost being imposed that's being imposed on them without consulting any children's psychologists or any professionals.
That's a really important point. This whole idea that, oh, you know, a doctor imposed my gender on me when I was born. Well, have you done any research on this? Has this been studied? Or is it just a load of fucking liberal arts students who've decided, yeah, we don't like it. We don't like it. I'm not a girl. I'm a both. I'm a they. We are a laughing stock. These people must just be sitting back thinking, this is the easiest war we've ever won, because they're destroying themselves with some of the most insipid madness I've ever known. It's just shocking.
Is a child really capable of making a decision like that? That almost seems like a crime against humanity, and all of it's done under the banners of progress.
And there you go, absolutely nailed it. He says it there. This is almost like a crime against humanity, and done under the name of progress. This is our people. This is us. This is the UK. This is America. This is Australia. It's certainly Western Europe. I mean, you know, people talk about Putin as being this, he's this, he's this, he's this, but he's not fucking that. He's not all that nonsense. You know, he understands that men and women are biologically and culturally and personality-wise different. And why would you not want them to be? You know, that's one of the most beautiful things about life, one of the most beautiful things about nature in all species. Terrifying. Well, it's funny you say that, Anglo-Saxon. The amount of people I know, and they don't want it put out in public because the nationalists start getting at them, they're all moving to Eastern Europe. People want to go to Poland. People want to go to Czech Republic. People want to. I've got a friend out here. He's an American, and because his great grandfather was a Hungarian, he's going to move to Hungary. And I asked him why. And you know what he said to me? Why do you fucking think? And end of conversation. Of course I know why. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And can you imagine that though? Can you imagine imagine that 40 years ago, someone from the United States of America wanting to get out and go to Hungary? That would have been just that's just not happening. But he said to me when he went up the consulate or whatever it was, because you have to learn a bit of the language, right? That's part of the deal. So when you apply, they give you a year to get a basic, and Hungarian ain't easy. John will tell you that. No one knows what John's saying anyway. But he said when he went up there, it was full of Americans, like queues and queues of them. Jumping ship, white flight to Hungary. You know, it weren't so long ago, everyone wanted to go to America. And he's got plenty of money, this geezer. You know that bloke who made millions selling spice? It's him. He's got millions and he wants out. He absolutely wants out.
I like that. Let them do that and we'll see what happens.
This isn't the first time.
What a terrifying way of ending. Let them do that and we'll see what happens. Well, I think we're seeing already. And this next clip is perfect. Perfect. Now this is about 4 minutes, right? But I think we should watch it. If you think we should stop it, one's in the chat. But it's a Friday night. This is really, really, but really listen to what this fella says. You've all heard him before. You know who he is. Check out this. And he also says the worst 10 months of any administration in American history. Imagine that. And everyone knows that's a fact. Chrissy fancies Putin. Amazing. It's because he's an absolute alpha. He's based as fuck. Why wouldn't you fancy him? Right. So if you get bored with this, let me know. But I don't think you will. And it really, you know, he's standing up and saying this in the House. This is brilliant. I really enjoyed this. It's a little bit of optimism anyway.
Gentleman from Indiana.
Madam Speaker, I yield as much time as he may consume to the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Jordan.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding. Look, we've seen the worst 10 months of any administration in history. We went from a secure border to chaos. We went from safe streets to violent crime. We've seen stable prices turn into inflation and empty shelves. The respect around the world we had is now turned into the debacle that was the exit from Afghanistan. And we went from peace in the Middle East with the Abraham Accords to thousands of rockets being fired on our friend and ally Israel, not to mention energy independence, to now the spectacle of the President of the United States begging OPEC to increase production.
I mean, what a list. I mean, there was a slight bit in there we could be a bit funny about. But what a list of things. That is the worst 10 months of any administration in history. Absolutely, says Lou. He's absolutely excellent. Shocking.
But what scares me most is what this administration and Democrats are doing to freedom. Every right we enjoy under the First Amendment has been assaulted over the last year. Your right to practice your faith, still places today in the country where a full congregation can't meet on Sunday morning. Your right to petition your government, your right to assemble, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, every single one's been attacked. We just learned in the Judiciary Committee from the Attorney General, National School Boards Association on last month, September 29th, sends a letter to the President of the United States asking the FBI to get involved in local school board matters.
Wow.
5 days later, the Attorney General issues a memo to do just that.
Right.
First sentence of the memo says this. This is the Attorney General's memo. In recent
Hang on.
months, there's been a disturbing...
I want you to really concentrate on this bit, right? Because the kicker is so powerful. I just want you to, you know, when they talk about the swamp, what is the swamp? It's like an old boys club, isn't it? It's just people just going, "You'll be all right. I'll sort that out for you. I'll sort that." Fuck the people. Fuck the taxpayers. Fuck the country. But there's a little bit in this next thing that I just was like, "No shit. This isn't a movie. This is the House. This is happening." He just said that, and it's the truth. And the media don't go anywhere near it, and most people don't know anything about it. It's fucking absurd. Check this out, really.
Local school board matters. 5 days later, the Attorney General issues a memo to do just that. First sentence of the memo says this. This is the Attorney General's memo. In recent months, there's been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, threats at school board meetings. We ask him a simple question. What's the evidence for that spike in threats? What's the data? What did you review? Guess what his answer was? His only evidence, the only thing he reviewed, was the letter from the School Board Association, from a political...
I mean, as he goes on to say, so a political organisation, leftists, the School Board Association, wrote to the Attorney General and said there's been a spike in threats, there's been a spike in harassment. Bring the FBI in. You know, we looked at all this last week because these parents who don't want their kids being taught critical race theory, who don't want their kids being separated by race and being told you're an oppressor, you're an oppressed. Well, these school boards, these leftists, wrote the Attorney General and said, bring the FBI in. And he did. And when the likes of Jordan here said to him, what evidence have you got for it? The Attorney General didn't even need to lie. Didn't feel the need to, because this is just a fucking mess. He said, the letter they sent me. That is your swamp. That is when someone who is politically aligned with someone in power can just say, do this. And he goes, yeah, all right. I mean, I know it's a long clip, but we'll just watch that little bit again because I did talk over it. This blows my mind. Mind blowing.
What's the evidence for that spike in threats? What's the data? What did you review? Guess what his answer was? His only evidence, the only thing he reviewed, was the letter from the School Board Association, from a political organization. And now they're going to target parents at school board meetings. And we have the January 6th committee issuing subpoena after subpoena, 11 of the people they've issued subpoenas to.
Fucking
were names
mad.
on an application asking the government for permission to hold the rally. Independent individuals exercising their First Amendment right to assemble, asked the government for permission. The government granted them permission. And now these 20 and 30-year-olds whose name are on that application, they're going to be deposed by these guys for simply exercising their first. Here's what they're asking them. Here's what they ask them. We want to know who the selection of speakers, who the speakers were and how were they selected. We want to know any communications these people who put their names on a permit, got permission from the government. We want to know any member of Congress you talked to. Wow. Your right to petition your government? That's what they want to subpoena. That's why they're subpoenaing these people?
I mean, this is just absurd. I mean, everything he said, this is the First Amendment. To be able to speak freely, to be able to express yourselves. And everything he said is just tear that up. They might, at this stage, they might as well just get rid of the First Amendment. Because it doesn't work. It doesn't have any power. It doesn't mean anything anymore because they've got these fuckers doing this sort of thing. It's just nothing. And what do you think happens when the First Amendment's just brushed out of history? Then it'll be the Second Amendment. The Constitution is not running America. The Constitution is not underpinning the Republic. It's a fucking travesty. I can't believe it. I mean, I said it to you the other day, and I mean that. I know that's a phrase. Oh, I can't believe it. But I can't get my head around this. I can't get my head around the damage they've done. He said it before. Under Trump, they were energy independent. And as he said, Biden's now begging OPEC to lower the price of petrol. Didn't fucking need to a couple of years ago. Why did you shut down that fucking pipeline? Now the Soviets, which is what they're slowly becoming, now they've got Europe around in a noose over power and America. So how does that position those two superpowers? How does that position them in a situation of war when you're dependent on other people for your energy? It's fucking. I can't believe it. 10 months. Mind-blowing.
This is scary where they want to go. I mean, these questions, coordination of speakers, discussions of contents, this sounds like what the IRS did to people 10 years ago when they were asking 501c groups applying for tax-exempt status. Do you pray at the start of your meeting? I mean, first it's school boards, then it's people applying for a permit. We saw what they did to people, what the IRS did to people just a few years ago.
Sounds like what the fucking Stasi done.
Not to mention what else the committee's doing. Preservation letters to all the carriers, all the companies. Preserve every call, every email, every text. Think about that. Every call.
This is like the KGB. These people just wanted to, at their First Amendment right to protest, and they're being tracked down like the KGB. Everyone you talk to, everyone you've spoken to, everyone you've emailed, everyone you've petitioned, everyone who's going, everyone who put their name on the list, get everything about them. Do not delete anything. We want this information. We want to be able. They subpoenaed them. That's happened. What? Because they didn't like something that was going on at their school. Because they didn't want their kids being ruined by a leftist, utopianist fucking schooling. And now these people have been subpoenaed and everything they've done about it, they want it all. They want all this information. It's just shocking. There's more. It doesn't get better.
Someone made hundreds and hundreds, supposedly, according to news reports, they've done this for text to your spouse, calls to your mom, preserve it all. And this is just what we know about. This is just what's been reported. I mean, now Steve Bannon. Mr. Bannon is a target of the investigation, because, quote, this is from the Select Committee's own report, quote, his efforts to plan political activity. That's the standard. You're involved in political activity, they're going to investigate you.
I mean, there you go. Did you hear that? I love Steve Bannon. I think Bannon's a genius. Bannon got Trump in. So Steve Bannon wants to get involved in politics. What is politics? Politics is a way of organising the society and making change without resorting to violence. But not in America now, because if you engage in politics that question the CCP, oh, sorry, I meant the Biden administration. Oh, now you're being watched. You're being recorded. Everything you do, he said it, text to your mother, text to your spouse. Just for engaging in politics. You're not allowed to. They're on you. They're investigating you. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And this is 10 months. There's 38 more of these coming. That weren't bad maths, was it? They've done 10. There's another 38 months. In 10 months, it's got to this. In 10 months, they've got the FBI subpoenaing parents who went up to their Parent Teachers Association meeting and complained. In 10 months, they got that. In 10 months, they're mandating people. Police, military are losing their jobs because they don't accept the mandate. But the southern border, which people are just like Glastonbury down there, now they don't need to have it. Well, what logic is that based on? Well, because it's racist, of course it is. Everything is, isn't it? Of course it is. It's terrifying. Terrifying.
This is about getting at President Trump. Getting at President Trump. Tried to stop President Trump before he was even elected with the Russia investigation. Tried to remove President Trump from office twice. While he was in office, they tried to do that. Now they're trying to get him after the fact, after he's left. All because this guy cut taxes, reduced regulations, greatest economy in the history, the greatest economy in 50 years, lowest unemployment, all because he built the wall, got us out of the Iran deal, put the embassy in Jerusalem. When President Trump was president, Americans got their Christmas presents on time, but they're coming after him.
Sounds pretty good when you say it like that, compared to the list of things he said at the beginning. And they know full well, if this next election is legit, Trump gets it. They know that. And so they're fucking it up. They're going to turn it. Ann Coulter, she said this 5 or 6 years ago. Adios, America. How the left want to turn America into a third world hellhole. Joe Biden said it. We want an endless stream of immigration. He said it's on video. What about his son's laptop? Why isn't that in the press? Why aren't we hearing about that? What about this fucking picture he sold for £500,000? Yeah, that's nice. What about all this madness? This is communism. This is communism. This is what it looks like. You listen to you go and look on YouTube at Polish and Eastern European channels who lived through all that. They recognize this stuff. They recognize it. They know what it is and they know where it goes. And this is just a start. Like I said, 10 months. We're 10 months in. We've got a bloke who can hardly speak running the fucking country, supposedly. Go on, push him out there. Hopefully the Admiral will keep him standing up for 5 minutes and then just pull the string and get him off the stage. It's just fucking absurd. 38 more months.
This. The FBI has found no evidence that President Trump or people directly around him were involved in organizing the violence. They don't care. They don't care. The FBI has no evidence. Senate report said no evidence of a coordinated plan. They don't care. They're going to drag these 11 people into subpoenas, in for depositions with subpoenas, because they're so determined to get their political enemies.
Gentlemen's time's expired. Gentleman from Mississippi.
Well, 2/3 of the world have tried it. It didn't fucking work well, did it? I mean, I'm mind blown. I'm mind blown. I do remain optimistic though, because it's just too much too soon. You know, thankfully, this is blowing up. Thankfully, people are seeing their empty shelves in their supermarkets. They're seeing the price of gas go through the roof. That's petrol to the British. You know, they're seeing what's happening down south. You know, militias are going down to the southern border now. Just American patriots are going down there to stop people coming in. I mean, that ain't going to end well. And why? Well, let's have a look at this lovely lady. Let's have a look at this. This is a shocker. Check this out.
Today, 2 Chicago aldermen took steps to repeal Mayor Lori Lightfoot's
Can you hear that? Nice one, Vincent Griffin. He's become a member. He will have access to the private streams. Top link in the description if you want to become a member. We've got about 120 members overall. Could you hear that, people? Nice one, Vincent. It'll be a pleasure to see you there, my friend. 100 million? Try 300 million. Sound okay? Nice one, Woodlander. Right, check this out. It's your friend and mine.
Today, 2 Chicago aldermen took steps to repeal Mayor Lori Lightfoot's COVID-19 vaccine mandate.
It's foolishness, and I'm going to do everything I can to stop it.
Let me tell you something. The mayor does not get to pass laws on her own. That is why we have the city council.
Not surprisingly, an ordinance curtailing mayoral power has the full support of FOP President John.
Can you believe that? She's the mayor. She's talking about doing everything she can to stop people questioning the mandate. No, you don't do that as mayor. As mayor, you turn up to fucking fates and go, oh, this is nice. That's it. You cheeky fuckers.
Don Catanzara.
This is not government control right now. It is dictator control. When one person is putting forth city policy and it is a golden edict that can't be challenged, that is a major problem.
And honestly, I really don't understand a woman of color carrying the water.
What the fuck has that got to do with it, you race-baiting lunatic? I can't. That is a shocking thing to say. And you know what she's about to say. You know where she's going with that. She can't believe a woman of color is carrying the water. And I wonder what she's going to call the white man. I wonder what selection of buzzwords she's going to use to describe him. But, I mean, you know, what if this other woman was white? What would she say then? Oh, she'd probably say she was enacting racism, enacting whiteness.
A woman of color carrying the water for a guy who's demonstrated over and over again. He's racist.
Right.
He's a misogynist.
Right.
He's xenophobic.
Sure.
He hates immigrants and
Sure.
refugees.
Sue the fuck out of her. If someone said that about me and I was in political office, I would go, it's just, can't believe a woman of color. Oh, because she's a woman of color, she has to have your politics. Is that it? Is that how it works in your fucking stupid head? Absurd. Absolutely absurd. All right, what have I got here for you? Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is taken from Mark Dice's channel. If you don't subscribe to Mark Dice, you should. Yeah, check this out. More madness. More American madness. More utopianist bullshit. And don't forget, these people, this fella you're about to see, these are people in office. All right? They are politicians. They make decisions that affect your lives, right? So you'd expect them to be thinking about things like, oh, I don't know, infrastructure, jobs, taxes, the economy, the military, you know, things that governments are meant to do. Well, let's see how that's getting on.
Hi, it's Nathan Fletcher, San Diego County Supervisor, and my pronouns are he, him, his. Unfortunately, many people at an early age are...
Just to let you know, that's obviously Mark Dice who's put that laughter over. But does that not blow your mind that he says that? That he says that then? He gives you his pronouns. I mean, this is pandering to about 5 people. There's about 5 activists in the world who've kicked up a storm, and everyone's so terrified about offending someone, they're just buying it. I mean, this is cucked as it gets. Hi, I make decisions on your family's behalf, and my pronouns are... No, fuck you. Pronouns is a closed linguistic group. There's no changing that. There's no need to. Oh, but you are. And when you do, have you noticed how it falls apart? Have you noticed how when you call a singular they, it kind of gets a little bit tricky? But no, crack on. Go on. Make a fucking tit of yourself. Because I'll tell you this. In about 10 years' time, we are going to be laughing our bollocks off at you lot. History won't laugh at these people. The contemporary is already laughing at them. And this is quite a change. This is quite a change because, you know, I've seen a few American presidents come and go. I've seen a few English prime ministers come and go. And usually, up until now, there's usually a 5 to 10 year bit where people kind of sort of come round and then they get retrospect. You know, it's what's the word? I can't remember. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but you don't need hindsight now. You don't need retrospect. It's already madness. It's already the cringiest, unconvincing, manipulative, self-aggrandizing bullshit I've ever seen.
San Diego Supervisor Nathan Fletcher.
Hi, it's Nathan Fletcher, San Diego County Supervisor, and my pronouns are he, him, his. Unfortunately, many people at an early age are taught that gender identity follows the traditional male-female construct. But our society's understanding of identity is progressing, and so should our language. My county supervisor's office is taking a step forward on our journey to a more inclusive and welcoming San Diego County. I, along with each member of my team, now have our pronouns included with our biographies on the website at supervisornathanfletcher.com.
Oh, well
done. And our pronouns are also included in our county email signatures.
A few years ago, that would be obvious satire, but unfortunately, this is not a joke. And if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, I'm sure you know that most of the Democrat candidates for president in 2020 added their preferred pronouns to their Twitter bio, which...
That's the Vice President of the United States. She, her.
You know is a clear sign of liberalism, almost as clear as dyeing your hair fluorescent blue. And this is why the Netflix employees waited until Wednesday to stage their walkouts to protest.
And we saw that earlier when because Netflix showed Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle, being a comedian, dared to pick on everyone. And you know, Dave Chappelle clearly has got a chip on his shoulder about white people. I don't give a fuck. I just, okay, all right. That's you. No problem. I'll get on with my life. But oh no. The trans people, they've come out. We watched it this morning. They come out and protest on, this is something like Pronoun Day. No shit. It is called something like Pronoun Day. That's now going to be in your calendar. And if you've got an iPhone, that'll probably be stuck in your calendar and you won't be able to take it out. That's how it works. Mark Dice told me that earlier. And what did they do? They stood outside going, Netflix, if you want to show that you respect us, give us more money. How about you do one? Nice one, extremely grumpy old bastard. I have to hear that word pronoun again. No, if I have to hear that word pronoun again, I'll have to go on the run. No, Z will have to go on the run. Nice one, extremely grumpy old bastard. It's very encouraging to get a donation at this stage. This is madness. It's madness. And also, look, if you know anything about history, if anyone here has looked into what happened in China under Mao, if you don't, go and look into it. It's the same. It's the same. Mao's Red Army was made up of students. They went round. You know what they had? There was a thing called the Four Olds. They tore down statues. Yeah. They tore down street names. They got rid of old things. Why? In the name of progress. Pol Pot had children torturing and killing intellectuals. And by intellectuals, what they meant was people who weren't buying the bullshit. Pol Pot put the calendar back to 0. He said, "We're starting again." And this has all been played out before in the Soviet Union, in Mao's China, in Cambodia. 2/3 of the world have tried this stuff, and it's not different. It's not a little bit different to those things. It's exactly what happened. This is how it works. You demoralize the place, you confuse the place, and then you fuck the place. And thankfully, and I mean this, I think the internet is going to make the difference. I really do. It's the one sort of historical anomaly that we haven't had before. You know, when all this shit has happened before and people ended up eating their wife's legs, there was no internet. And that might be, I said it the other day, if the internet had come out 20 years later, if the internet had come out in 2015, it would have been too late. We would be under absolute communist tyranny in the West by now. I guarantee it. And I just think that is going to be the difference in this case. And it's the only difference, because everything else about this is standard textbook communist revolutions. This is how they work. Wife Wellington. And there you go. Unsophisticated and immature. They haven't matured. They have, you know, they've got the political understanding of children. They have not matured because they grew up in a place where they thought that the government should take care of them, give them free stuff. We had that fucking woman on the other day talking about the Million Man March. Oh, we think that the 1% should pay all our tuition, should pay for our medical expenses, should pay for this. And that bloke said, even if you tax the top 1% at 100%, you wouldn't even be able to pay for Medicare for 3 years. And she was like, well, you know. And what was her answer at the end? Well, if enough people take to the streets. What? Hang on, did you hear what he said? Even if you tax the top 1% at 100%, you wouldn't even have enough money for 3 years of Medicare. And she wants free tuition, free accommodation, debt write-offs. Where's that money coming from? And if you start, look, it's so frustrating. I know you know this, but if you tax the rich too much, what do? Fuck off. That's what they do. I mean, they've got their, you know, I think the rich, the top 1% are surprisingly generous because they could offshore bank most of it. They could move to fucking Luxembourg. They could move to Switzerland. They've only got to put an office there and put a bloke with a computer there. No, we're not an American company. We're a Swiss company. We're a Luxembourg company. We've got our manufacturing in America, but we're not an American company. We don't pay taxes here. But they don't. They're actually a fair amount of them are patriots. But if you start getting up to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%, which these fucking freaks are talking about, they're talking about taxing the top 1% and 90%. What, you reckon they're going to hang around? Oh, yeah, that's all right. I earned £5 million this year, and you're going to get nearly all of that. You're going to get 4 million of it, right? Okay, yeah, all right. I know, I'll definitely stay here. And how does that incentivize people to become entrepreneurs? How does that incentivize people to start businesses? Get rich, go broke. Well, fuck that. No, fuck it. I'll just stay on welfare if you don't mind. I've got more chance of getting money. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Right, I have got a little bit of good news though for you. I've got something positive to end with. Oh, before we get to that, right, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. The value of your stocks may go down as well as up. Tesla, right, I have always talked about indexes, right? And I've always said if you're going to gamble, I mean, it's all a gamble. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a professional financial advisor. I've always said 10% if you're going to gamble. But Tesla is flying. And I've heard from people who know, people who've got plenty of money and more than one source, that Tesla is still a really good bet for the next couple of years. I'm just putting that out there, okay? If you'd have bought Tesla this time last year, I think if you'd have put $1,000 in Tesla this time last year, you'd have about $8,000 now, tax free if you're English, because you put it in your stocks ISA. Now, usually when it's blown up like that, you get a little bit cautious because, well, you know, but I've heard it from various people at the Motley Fool, and Tom, my friend who's a multi-millionaire financial advisor, that Tesla is still a very good bet. I'm just girlfriend's on the phone. 1 second, let me answer her. Hello, love. Hello, darling. Listen, I'm making a video. I'll be finished in about 10 minutes. Okay, I'll send you a heart. Okay. All right, love. I love you. I love you. Bye. Right. Okay. So that I'm just putting that out there. Okay. Although I would say stick with indexes. Now, frequently I've said to you about when people go, there's no jobs. I didn't tell you about the hot cross buns, did I? There's a bloke in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh. I see him the other day. I've never seen him before. He's got a hot cross bun stall, right? And he's got a big bag and he makes the hot cross buns while he's working. He's got this little oven. He makes them, dough and everything, sultanas, sorry. Makes them there in this one little oven that's got like this fucking coal flames under, some homemade oven. And then he's got this grill, and then he's got this butter, and he's got melted butter, right? That's it. And you go up to him and you give him 2,000 real, which is about 50 cents, sorry. And he gets one of these cooked ones out, pops it in the grill, turns the grill up, 2 minutes, comes out, gets a little ladle of the melted butter, and then he gets a slice of the proper butter across the two of them, puts it on a banana leaf, gives it to you. Right, that's it. That is all he's doing. In Phnom Penh, hot cross buns in October, right? He had a queue of about 50 people. And I've seen him twice, and he's had a queue of about 50 people. Now think about 50 cents. That bun, and let's assume the wood-burning oven he's made, let's assume his initial outlay was $100 for his crappy. He's got a crappy little table. It's basic, but Phnom Penh markets are. So I'd imagine the actual ingredients to make one bun are costing him, what, 5 pence? Buying it in bulk. The butter, 2 pence max, buying it in bulk. And that's it. 50p under the grill. Bit on the ladle, bit on the butter, bosh, in the pot, next. 50p every 2 minutes. So in an hour, he's made 30 quid. In Cambodia, 30 quid an hour is ridiculous. That's good money anywhere in the world. And Lord knows how long he stays there. All day long, he's just selling hot cross buns. And he made that up. He invented that. He made his little oven. He'd done all that. Got it welded up over there. I had 3 of them. I bought 2 and went back for another one. This is fucking great. And they're amazing. The geezer's got a hot cross bun stall. Why did he think of that? And he's now making a fortune. He's generated wealth. And now with that money, because he knows there's no welfare out here, that's why you have to do this kind of thing. It hasn't ruined the country. Welfare hasn't ruined the nation like it has Europe, certainly Western Europe. Because if you don't work, if you don't generate wealth, you don't eat. Your kids don't eat. You get ill, you die. But you don't see a lot of those people. You don't see a lot of people. I saw more people by about a scale of 10 living on the streets in Soho than I've ever seen living on the streets in Phnom Penh. Because they haven't grown up thinking that the world owes them something. They haven't grown up thinking they can just sit on their asses and let money come to them. They haven't. There's no jobs. There's no jobs here. But you work because you've got a family to feed. And this geezer's having a result. And I reckon he's going to save up that money, save up that money, and then he'll open a cafe. And then it'll be, of course, buns, and it'll be other cakes. And then it'll be teas and coffees. And then, you know, 5, 10, 15 years' time, he might have another cafe in the centre. And as I've told you, Cambodia is being speculated as the next big Asian success story. Average age of about 26.5 years old. There's no aging population because most of them got killed, which is a terrible shame, but that's where we are now. You know, all this talk of the pandemic, Thailand, I hear, it looks like a construction site, a destruction site, sorry. Hotels are getting knocked down in Thailand because there's no tourists. In Cambodia, they're all going up. And so that geezer gets his calf sorted. 15, 20 years' time, he'll be a millionaire. He might have 5 or 6 cafes, well-known, well-liked, well-loved ones in one of the richest cities in Asia. Amazing. And then I watched this on Dragon's Den. Listen to this. We got there, didn't we? There you go. This fella, right? This fella, he's into science. And he invented this thing where he teaches kids about science, but in a fun way. So he gets them to make slime. He shows them how to make like this smoke machine thing. It's like a bellows, but it's like a cigarette smoke ring, but it's like a bellows, and you squeeze it and a smoke ring that big sort of flies across and you can shoot them at each other. And I was watching this Dragon's Den episode, and he was saying, yeah, and I've written a couple of books, like Don't Eat, one's called Don't Eat Your Slime, one's called blah, 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 blah. And he said, and what we do, we go into schools and we do workshops with kids and we teach them about science, but not from textbooks. It's all practical. He said it's all messy, it's gungy. And, you know, and he's talking about, what is it? They train people up and what's it fucking called? Franchises, right? He's talking, his next move is to franchise it. So if you want it, you give him a load of money. He gives you all the training aids and you get all that, and he trains up your people. This is only the UK at the moment, and he's looking to take it to America. And I was thinking, this is interesting. So he's got all he done, because he's interested in science, he's set up this thing where he goes into schools and, you know, youth clubs, anywhere like where there's kids that you can teach and who are going to get into being messy with science. That was his idea. And he implemented it, right? And I was thinking, that's kind of interesting because that's generating wealth. That's not waiting for a job. That's not waiting for life to come and sit on your lap. That's going out and making life happen. And then Peter Jones said to him, so what kind of numbers are we talking here? And this is what he said. Hang on. So what kind of numbers are we talking here?
Plus me. And then we've got 100 freelance presenters that we've trained through our training program.
Last 12 months, what have you turned over as a business and what was the profit?
We turned over 533 and made a net profit of 177.
533,000?
Yes.
500,000 turnover in his first year. 500,000 revenue. 177,000 net profit. If you don't know, net profit, that's where to say in your bottom line. It's all about the bottom line. On your annual returns, it starts off with revenue at the top. How much have you taken altogether? 500,000. Minus wages, minus costs, minus taxes, minus. At the bottom is your net profit, what you're left with. And his net in his first year is nearly 200 grand from teaching kids how to make slime. Incredible. Listen to his projections.
Wow. And 100 and how much profit?
177.
177 net profit?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Turnover for this year will be 750 with a profit of 250. Next year, we're going to turn over $1 million with a profit of 330.
I have to say I'm incredibly impressed. I was expecting you not to give anything like those sort of numbers and results.
And 4 of them make him an offer. 4 of them offer him 100 grand for 10% of his business. Now think about that. I just wanted you to see, because I always talk about this. Forget jobs. Don't forget jobs. If you've got skills and the job's available and you want to do it, do it. But if there's no jobs, don't sit on your ass and go, well, there's no jobs. Generate wealth. The geezer teaches kids how to make slime. This geezer shows kids how to make a big smoke. I'll show you the smoke thing because it's actually quite cool. Hang on, there you go. I don't want Susan to do me up though. Yeah, this is the sort of thing he shows kids. And it's nothing. I haven't got a great science brain, but I know how to make slime. I know how to make this thing. Look.
Signs of making money.
Look. Oh, hang on. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Easy. First year, nearly 200 grand net. That's after tax. That's after wages. That's net profit. That's what's in the bank. Oh, and by the way, later, it's not actually what's in the bank, because later they say, how much you got in the bank? And he says 6 figures. What he does, you could learn in a week. And now he talks to them about franchising it. So that's when you sell it. So he wants to take it to America, and that's what they say. America's market is 7 times as big as the UK. So let's just take his first year. His first year, 500,000. So in his first year in America, you could times that by 7. 1 million, 2 million, 3.5 million turnover. First year in America, 3.5 mil. Making slime, smoke machines, the thing where you make a vacuum and as it cools down, the metal. It's nothing. It's not. This isn't rocket science. It's literally not rocket science. Amazing. And with the franchise model, you stop working. With the franchise model, you put a training manual together. You put what you need book together. You make a couple of videos and you sell the books and you sell the equipment to the franchisee. So they give you 100 grand, for instance, for a year's rent of the franchise. And then you buy stock off them. Oh, we need more books. Yeah, no problem. Here they are, $1 a pop. There's your 500 books for the next 2 months. That's another $500. But he stops working because he's franchised it. So everyone else is doing the work. His bank account's going making slime, making smoke, making silly little science experiments. It's incredible. And that's not a one-off. It's not a one-off. This is just how you do it. And he went out and made it happen. Oh, absolutely, Carl. Absolutely, because you don't want your net profit to be big, because then you're going to get corporation tax. So yeah, you fuck loads of money elsewhere. You spend money, so you get tax relief on it. Of course, it's quite the thing. It's quite the thing, people, and it's all there waiting for you if you want it. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe you're happy with your lot. I don't know. That maybe you are, and that's all right as well. But if you're not and you're complaining, well, you've only got yourself to blame. I've had a wonderful stream. It's been a little bit up and down in tone. I was fucking manic at the beginning. I'll tell you why, because I was a little bit tired after my day's work. And what happens when I'm tired is I tend to overcompensate and go too far the other way. The grift was all right up until a point, but you've still got a couple of minutes to balance that out if you want. Nice one, Vincent, for joining the channel. I think I'll certainly do one of those over the weekend. It might have to replace one of the other streams because I've got to get some writing done. And if it doesn't replace one of the other streams, that's like six hours streaming in a day, and that's a lot of streaming. People, thank you ever so much. I'd like to thank Moslab and Rags for always moderating. If you haven't subscribed to my Substack, I'll put the link in the description, in the chat now. It is also in the description. It's a free writing platform. There's already 12 of my stories in the archive, but the one that's going to go out next, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, is one of the best things I've ever written. It's awesome. It's so many stories in one lack of story. I'll never monetize my Substack. You put your email in, and when I write something new, it gets emailed to you. That's it. Totally free. Link in the description. I've just put the link in the chat. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:30 UK time. And yeah, enjoy your weekend because it's kind of started now. Look after yourself, people, and look after those you love. Don't forget to tell them you love them because they need to hear it, and we never tell them enough. See you later. Bang!
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on and take an all man can take.
Cheers, our pal.
Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Nice one, Vincent.
Underneath the wave. I'm going deep.
Oh, there's a couple more. It's Amy's birthday as well. That's free. I will do Anglo-Saxon. Thank you, mate. Oh, hang on. Our pal's got some poetry. Real pal on all poetry.
Says I'm lying in the bed I've made.
Nice one.
She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the
Thank you, Willow.
mess
No problem, mate. Thanks for those photos this morning. They were much appreciated.
People get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Oh, I'll have to refresh it. It doesn't show it.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
See you later, MSN.
Gonna lay my head
See you later, MSN.
on the riverbed.
Oh, nice one, Mouse Cat. Mouse Cat has dropped a 10-bit in entropy. And he says, Griff sorted. Nice one, Mouse Cat. See it there? Hang on, I can do better than that. See it there? Thank you, Mouse Cat. Oh, what's happening here? I'm getting well lost.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Not a problem, Cheryl Peters.
Underneath the wave. I'm going
Oh, it's a good one, Baz, I'll tell you.
underwater. Gonna lay my head.
See you later, MSNBC.
I'm going deep.
Cheers, Amy.
Down underwater.
Oh, gold. Oh, gold. Oh, he's got loads to get through here. Nah, not a chance. Bosh, 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 bosh. Nah, they're all going too fast. I can't do them all. Thank you, historical doppelganger. People, enjoy. What's happening here? I don't know what's going on. Help me, Lord. Lord, help me. Stop it. Okay. Listen, people, it's Friday. Don't let the things going on in the world do you in too much. There's a time and a place for focusing on them, but there's a time and a place for focusing local in your life, what happens around you, to your friends, to your family, to yourself. Jambo, you little cheeky last-minute Phil Saliva. Thank you very much. You know what? I'm going to tell you this now because I've nearly done it yesterday, so look out for it. When I got that bit of writing done last night, I was in such a good mood. I thought I might do a cheeky little 30-minute stream in the middle of the night. So I don't know what time that'll be in the UK. And I don't know what time that'll be in America. But if you do see it, don't think it's a mistake. I might do a little cheeky 20 or something if I'm terribly excited and feel the need to talk to some people. Look after yourselves, everyone, and bless you. You're wonderful people. I'll see you later. Much later.